Hi everybody. I am on day, I don't know, 60 something. I'll check later. And I am still at the quarterway in and decided, so I had to take a zero yesterday. I had just worked really hard this week and had hiked 5 days, which is great. But the last day was 13.1 miles and my feet were just swollen and my legs were sore and crampy. So I took yesterday off. It's supposed to rain a lot today. So originally I was gonna take today off, but it doesn't start till this afternoon. And so I'm gonna do a 10-mile slack pack back to the quarterway in. So I can get 10 miles in today. And then tomorrow it'll probably be a zero. Unless I can get a few miles into the next hostel, which if it's raining really hard, I probably won't do it. So we'll see what happens this week, but it got my 10-mile slack pack going today. I got shuttled up by another hiker who offered to give me a ride, which was great. And then, I'll be back at quarterway in tonight. So I'll see y'all later. Pretty sure that's a wood thrush, and I had never heard those before until a few weeks ago on trail. And I hear them at night when I'm camping, going to bed. I hear them in the mornings. They're so beautiful sounding. So this is Lick Creek, and I've heard that I'm gonna have to ford this creek because the bridge is closed. And here's the notice. People have had to do it when it was up to their knees, but I've been told today it's not that high. My problem is that I have custom-made inserts that cannot get wet, and so I have to decide whether I can get across this in my boots or whether I need to just play it on the safe side and go ahead and take my boots off and put my hydro mocks on, which are what I have to cross these kind of things. It doesn't look bad right now, but I'm gonna get down a little closer and kind of decide whether I can actually do this without putting my whole boot in the water. And I'm thinking I can, but I'll let you know how it works out. Hydro mocks it is. I have them on. I decided I didn't want to chance ruining my custom inserts, so I'm switched over. Success! I'm on the other side. The cold water felt really good on my feet. I'm so glad I took my boots off because they did go up over my ankles, the water, in a couple of places. So I feel like I might have gotten my inserts wet, and we don't want that. So I'm gonna take a minute here and have a little water and snack break since I have my boots off, and we'll get going here in a few minutes. So this over here is the bridge that washed out. You can tell it kind of went over that at Lick Creek. It's been washed out since 2020. So this is now 2023. I don't know if they're gonna, when they're gonna rebuild it, or if, or what the plan is, but it's been out for over 2 years, really going on 3 years now. So we'll see. But sometimes it's super high. You can see over here, it's not very high right now. That's the marker. It's not even up to 1 foot. So it's not that high right now. But I can imagine that when there's a lot of rain and it gets to be a high water crossing, it could be, a little tricky. Anyway, there it is. Okay, so I decided to have lunch at Not Mall Shelter, and I'm done, and I'm, heading out. It's been sprinkling and light rain, but anyway, so I'm heading out, and all of a sudden, there's a picnic table over here. Look at that. Nice little camp spot right there. Picnic table. I mean, that's really cool. Some camp spots over here. So it has room for, I would say, I don't know, several tents. And it's just really cool. I did see a deer like within 100 feet of the shelter when I was walking up on it, and it ran off into the woods. And about 1.5 miles back, I heard something loud in the woods and looked down. I was kind of up on a ridge, sort of. And it was a black bear trying to get away from me. I guess I surprised it, and it was, far enough down, but it ran, and then it stopped and turned around and just looked at me as I kept going. And I just assured that bear that I was not going to stop and bother it. So anyway, that was kind of cool. I got a really good look at it, and it got a really good look at me. So anyway, I'm going to be going uphill, so I'll turn this off for now. It's funny, so many cow patties on this trail, on this part of the trail. Apparently this part of the land, the trail, you have to stay on the trail because on either side of the trail is private property, and you have to have written special permission to go on the private property. But apparently they have cattle, because lots of cow poop. I thought y'all would just love to see that. So I'm walking along from back this way, and there is a creek that's down below. Looks like it might have a little swimming hole with it too. I think that might be the private property though, that I saw a sign about. I think that's still part of it. But isn't that neat? To be up here and just listen to that creek and be walking along up here. Yep, love it. There's a cow out in the pasture, just having a little dinner. Yeah, and here's the trail. So, cows just grazing. Not sure how well you can see them, but yeah, there's some cows down there having some water at the creek. And now that I'm talking, they're kind of looking at me like, what are you doing? Who are you? Oh, there's a mama and a calf. It's okay, mama and calf, I'm going. Whew. Have another one of these to cross. I've already crossed one today, but this one's a lot steeper than the other ones that I've had to cross. So we'll see how this goes. I'm sure it'll be fine, but Damn. This is cool too. I just came out of this, and now here's this kind of stream that the cows were down below drinking from. But I am trying to figure out which way the trail goes. And right now, I'm not sure. I know y'all are probably tired of hearing this, but geez, I need to figure that out. So I will come this way and see, but I don't think it, here it is. Maybe. Oh, there's a nice butterfly. I don't know if it, yeah. It's here. So good. Wow. It's all overgrown. Looks like there's boardwalk though. And I do know that there's a meadow right before the road that I get on to go to the hostel that is full of ticks. One of the girls went through it last night after dark, and when she got to the hostel, we know it's a tick field, and so she took her boots off and her socks, and she said she picked off at least 70 deer tick. And yeah, that freaks me out. So yeah, the deer tick are the ones that carry Lyme disease. So when I go through all this, I'm just gonna have to check when I get there and hope I find everything. I did put DEET on my pants and my boots, the bottom half of my pants and my boots, hoping that that would help, but we'll see. Well, the day has been really a very lovely hike. I only got rained on a little bit, not much at all, and it was really more like a light rain, and it was mostly while I was eating at the shelter, so I didn't even really get in the rain too much. Now I'm coming out off the mountain. Look at this, just beautiful. And I'm gonna go through this meadow, and then a third of a mile up to the hostel and I'll be done. So I might have a half a mile left. Bunnies on the road, going back to the inn. Isn't that sweet? I'm going to scare it on out of the road so it doesn't get run over. He just does not want to get out of my way. He wants to keep going up the road. What do you have on the road that looks so good? Why not go get grass? Wouldn't the grass be better? Yeah, there you go.